Greetings, this is David LaSala from the Immersive Technology Lab at NYU. And in this video we are looking at an application called Let's Create Pottery VR. And this is quite an interesting virtual reality application because as much as we wish this was a creative tool, it's actually a game. Now we're big proponents of games at the iTLAB, and this is a good one. Quite mellow, easy to get into, hard to master. But we were hoping, because the simulation is so good, that there was a way to create things that you could actually export. Then we could include it with other creative tools we recommend people try. With that said, we do present this to visiting faculty and students for its many merits, including its hand tracking functionality. Now, this is certainly not the only application to offer controllerless hand tracking, but something about simulated clay on a wheel with controllerless hand tracking in virtual reality has a really interesting effect on users. And it almost always results in an interesting conversation afterward, with the most common theme being what it's like to see your hand touch an object but not feel it. So, how does this game work exactly? Well, it presents you with an image of a pot that you need to reproduce to the best of your ability while it ranks you on height, width, shape, and color patterns. After you've finished with your pot, it goes on auction and you sell it. Now, I've played this game quite a bit over the years, but I've never played it long enough to know if it has an end or if you just keep making pots infinitely. But what I do know is that it's a pretty pleasant experience. It takes place in a very inviting environment with mellow music and a pretty accessible style of gameplay. Although I have to admit, I've seen people get very frustrated by this game as well, so I think it's dependent on the individual as to what their experience with the game will be like. Which is almost always the case with many applications and VR in general at this stage. By that I mean that an individual user's experience with virtual reality at the time of this video is completely contingent on two factors: ease of use and comfort. But they improve every year, and there will come a time when they are no longer a barrier to entry for some users. If you are connected to the NYU community and you'd like to learn more about this application and others, you can contact the Immersive Technology Lab through the Center for Faculty Advancement.